Hello, my name is Sekit, and today we're going to take a look at a pack from 1.12 from Feed the Beast called Revelation. It's pretty cool. I played it a little bit on a computer that really couldn't handle it, so I get these massive lag spikes, but I kept playing it for a little while, and I figure since FTB1 is we're kind of waiting for the next update, we might as well check out something else. So let's see. Nice and easy. Okay, here we are. World's loading in around us. We got a whole, oh, no thank you. We got a whole bunch of advancements all at once, which looks pretty good. I think we have journey map. Yes, we do. So we're going to go ahead and make a waypoint. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Spawn. And we're going to disable it. What do we have around here? It looks like we got Meteorite from Applied Energistics 2. Something over here that might be worth checking out. We got our little bonus chest. And we got auto jump. Okay. Do we have a vein miner? Probably not, huh? There we go. Let's see. A little bit of food. A scoop from forestry. That's cool. And I won't complain about a stone pick. So, first things first, we're going to need a little bit more wood, but this will get us started. I'll kind of do the Minecraft thing here. So this is before vanilla bees, but there's two kinds of beehives around. There was the one we had near spawn, which was from Pam's, and there are these, which are from forestry. I don't want to mess with them yet because they have a tendency to clog up your inventory. But once we... Oh, and here's yet a third kind. Okay, those are from Pam's. I think the other ones must be from Rustic. Oh, only two. And we're in the world of color update, so it's not just red beds. Let's see, I'm a little stuck in here. I hear another sheep's. There we go. Make ourselves a bed. So with these forestry bees, one of the things we have to think about is that we got a bunch of different kinds, and they all like different climates. This is a taiga. It's pretty cold. You can tell because you get the cold bees. So we're going to want to see if we can't find someplace a little more temperate. Ooh, we got astral sorcery. That's cool. Might be different from what we're used to in this. But it's definitely going to be worth taking a look at. What do we have here? Just crystal. We don't know. Can we do this before? Oh, yes, we can. Okay. So in modern versions, you would need a resonating wand to do what we're about to do. We don't have that problem. Well, I mean, it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying. Everything's so different. There we go. So this is before the aquatic update, so there's no water logging. Which makes these a little easier to clean up. Because this crystal, to work, it has to be exposed to the sky. It looks like it's going to do a thing. Maybe we do need the wand. Well, we'll make a waypoint for it. We'll just call it Astral Temple. Yeah, I guess we do need one, huh? Oh, that's okay. We're gonna rip off these chests. Get rid of all these old textures. These are good to find. You can find up to 4 chests in here. And you can, they've got stuff from the mod, but they've also got some important vanilla resources. So be on the lookout for these, especially in the early game. And there's one of the smaller structures from Astral Sorcery. Now these are more common. They're smaller, they're without the crystal. And let's see. It's, at least in modern versions, it's between 0 to 4 of these spots. We'll have to see how that works out. I feel like at one time it was always just under one of them, the chest. All right, we'll find this food again, I'm sure. Oh, look at the spruce saplings. Ah, I played earlier versions of Minecraft. Of course I did. I've been playing for a very long time, but I love the new textures that everything has. And I've honestly forgot what most of the old ones look like. So this is going to be very different. I think we're without water bees. I don't even know if we have, let's see. We don't even have like stripped logs. So this will be, and I'm gonna be without a lot of my crutches. Okay, so it looks like what we got going is just this big cold island here at spawn. A slime island from Tinkers. Oh, I think if we're gonna find temperate lands, we're gonna have to move on. Now I'm not sure if this is so long ago that boats are terrible. No, okay, so you can actually collide with a block without getting a plank and a couple of sticks back. That's good. This is the version before the aquatic updates, so all this kelp and coral that you see, this is all modded stuff here. We have another taiga island. Okay, now we're talking. We got what looks like kind of like a nice autumnal forest. And we've also got looks like just the littlest bit of a magic forest biome from Thaumcraft up here. Magical forest, yeah, that's what it's called. Isn't much of it. Oh, yes, there is. There's a whole bunch of it. Ooh. We're gonna have to investigate that tree with the spider webs. I found a little cave. It doesn't go back too far. These are fire crystals from Thaumcraft. There's 6 of them that spawn in the world, 6 different kinds. That's cool. But this cave looks like it might be really just about perfect to set up a little hidey hole in. Yeah, it doesn't go down too far on this side either. We do have light level overlay, as you can see there. It's defaulted to F7, which is just fine. A rocky hive. So I'm going to light the rest of this cave up, seal it off, and get going with the basic. Since we were lucky enough to find a diamond, we are going to go ahead and make a diamond chisel so that we can make this a little nicer here. And let's see, what do we got? We got cobblestone bricks. They look pretty good. We've got Weathered bricks. We'll do weathered bricks. Nothing too fancy yet. Okay, we're gonna go check out that tree. Now, this is a great wood tree, and you see them dotting around the landscape. They're more common in this biome. If you can find one with cobwebs in it, that means two things. First of all, there's a cave spider spawner. Give you a hard day. Holy crow! Another one spawns. We're done for. We're getting out of here. Well, at least the spider didn't kill me. So we do have a gravestone mechanic in this pack. I think we just break it. Yeah, and it puts everything back where it was. You know, one of the things with a 1.12 pack, or any older pack really, is that it doesn't have all the conveniences that we're used to. Like, swing through grass. I was killing grass. Those things housed me. Okay, let's try that again. Like, under one of these is a spawner. Ah, that's a little better. And under the spawner is a chest. And we got Ender IO, so we've got, we get something when we break a spawner. This is also from Thaumcraft. The wood's beautiful, but we're going to leave it alone for now. There might be something in the tree that we need that we can't quite perceive yet. Doing my first mine down here, and in addition to some regular iron ore, I found a ton of this poor iron ore from Railcraft. Okay, you can get a couple nuggets out of it. Well, any iron is iron right now. And this is Certus quartz. We're nowhere near ready to build an AE system, but you can use some Certus quartz for a couple of things early game that are handy. Just under 2 stacks and no end in sight. I'm gonna keep digging because we're gonna have a good amount of iron. Not complaining. There's too much for me to dig up. Raw fish, just like old times. Look at this saddle. I forget, like, I really love the new art. Now we've quickly reached the point where we're going to need some better tools. So we're going to get started with Tinker's Construct. We're going to go right to the smeltery. Let's see, it all starts with grout. We need a little gravel, a little clay, a little sand. And here we go. Cool. And what you do with this stuff is you smelt it. Throw it in there. Now while our grout's smelting up, and it's almost done, we're going to make ourselves some of the other parts that we need. That ought to be enough. We're going to need 2 crafting tables. One for a crafting station. And while I'm thinking about it, I ought to just turn this into a crafting station too, because it's just a straight upgrade. Like, you have access to the chest and it'll hold its inventory in a way that vanilla crafting tables do not. So we'll start with that. We're going to need a good amount of stencils, or blank patterns in this, I guess. And let's see, we got all kinds of stencil tables. Looks like it's the old recipes, so I should know these. We got a stencil table. We got a tool station. We got a pattern chest. And we got a part builder. And what we'll do is we'll put our tool station down here. our stencil table down here, our part table here, and our pattern chest. No, those two are backwards. I'm gonna want access to the pattern chest from the. Well, I guess it doesn't matter in this because it's all. This is late enough in Tinker's life cycle to have this form a multi-block instead of having you to switch back and forth. So you can just click on anything. We're going to put all of these in the stencil table, and we'll be making something with it soon. But first, we're going to make ourselves Smeltery Controller. We're going to make ourselves a seared drain, casting table, seared faucet. We're going to need a piece of glass to make a seared tank. There we go. And let's take it outside. Now, the Tinker's Smeltery is both a crafting mechanic and an ore doubling mechanic, and also a smelting mechanic. You make them square, you can make them, any range of sizes. I think 9 by 9 at the bottom might be the max, or maybe 7 by 7. We don't need a super huge one just now. We're going to put down a Smeltery Controller and tank. And we're going to put down some more seared bricks. Very cool. And we'll make a whole bunch more. That's a valid smeltery. You can see this has the animation now. Can only smelt 4 things at once, and it'll only hold 32 ingots. So we are going to put up one more right here. We're going to put a smeltery train. Now what we want is this big black square pointing towards the inside. We got our bricks. Oh, that's a little better. We can smelt 8 at once and it'll hold 64 ingots. You don't have to fill in the corners. What you're really doing is kind of defining an area on the inside with the bottom and walls. Runs on lava. And the tank will hold exactly 4 buckets. Now we're going to come over here to our drain. We're going to put a faucet on it. We're going to put a casting table under it. Cool. Now the first thing I'm going to smelt up is all this gold. These 8 gold ore will give us 16 ingots. The way Tinker's works in this version is we'll go over here to our stencing table, and you make 1 stencil. You don't need a stencil every time you're going to make a thing. You only ever have to make 1. That's a sharpening kit, not an ingot. We are going to want a sword blade. We're going to want an axe head. Definitely going to want a broad axe head. And a hammer head. And let's see what else. That is a comma head. I think we're going to be using that. And a couple of tool rods. And both binding patterns. I'm going to make a wide guard. And a large plate. Do we need anything else right this second? I don't think so. And we're gonna, whoops, the part builder we want next. The part builder, very good. So we got our pattern chest. We put our pattern in there with a little bit of cobble, and we'll get a stone pickaxe head. I'm gonna make stone versions of all of these patterns. And now, as promised, 9 plus 16, 16 ingots. Now, let's start with the stone axe head here. What we want to make is casts. That's why all the stone parts. Use the stone parts to make the casts. Now you can use flint and some other materials like wood. You can even use stone to make tools in just the wooden multi-blocks, but you need this to make metal tools. And we want metal. I think each one of these, how much do they take up? Each one takes up, looks like 2. So let's make everything we know we're going to use immediately. Okay, we were only 2 gold off for making all of them, so we went ahead and made all of them. This is the same as a pattern chest, but you can't have casts and patterns in the same chest. You can automate this with hoppers and pipes and whatnot. That's exactly what we're going to do. And in addition to being an ore doubling mechanic, this thing also makes alloys. Now, 3 copper and 1 tin give you 4 bronze. Everything has a different melting point, and although, again, this only has 8 slots, it has a capacity of much higher than 8. So we can, that much copper and tin to turn into bronze will be no problem. And here comes the tin. You can see it's melting much faster than the copper, and you can see the alloy forming. It's not instantaneous, but it happens pretty quickly. Now the liquid or whatever on the bottom here is what's going to pour out of the faucet, so keep that in mind. Now to make your parts, you stick your cast right back in there and pour just like you were pouring to make the cast, except this time, you don't lose it. Now the parts take up anywhere from I think like 1/2 of an ingot up to 8. You can look in the manual for tinkers or over here in JI. Now to make the tools, we're going to want one more part. Here's our part builder. Actually, we're going to want, I don't know if this works in this version. I hope it does. We're going to make bindings out of paper if we can, because each of these tools has a certain amount of upgrades that you can apply, and paper adds an extra upgrade. Doesn't have much durability, but if you use it for something like the binding that doesn't affect the durability of the tool, it's one of your best choices. So we've got 2 modifiers that we could put on this, and that's good. And there's ways to increase that. Actually, it looks like we might have only started with 1. Like I thought 2 is a little low, but I see there's experience on this, which means our tools will level up, and that clumsy will go, I think, up to expert. But you pick your tool from over here, and put your parts in, and then you've got them. This is the same thing that you use to repair them. You just put them in with whatever metal, in this case bronze, and it'll fix your tool for you. And durability 560 versus durability 250, that's a big difference. Now, another thing you can do with the smeltery is pour out blocks. The casting basin is almost the exact same recipe as the, where is it? Let's see. It's almost the exact same recipe as the casting table. It's like, there it is. It's like you make a cauldron out of these seared bricks instead of like a little table shape. This will let you pour out whole blocks if you put a faucet on it, which we're going to do. You got to be careful. The smeltery will let you pour in not enough to, it'll pour in like half a block, and then you're either got to find some way to pipe it out of there, or or you lose it. That's the same thing's true of the casting table. Now you can make like nugget casts and account for all that, but once you start, you're kind of committed unless you have some pipes. This is what it looks like when it's full. You can see there's a little tooltip, not enough space in the inventory. Oh, pretty good. Yeah. And it's not the fastest in the world, and we'll want to automate this probably sooner than later. Now these things will work with a hopper and with a redstone signal. So we're gonna have to get some more of this iron out of here so that we can make an ingot cast, because an ingot cast is what you want for automation. Otherwise, unless you're real good at math, you're gonna probably end up wasting metal or having to pipe it out and get it back in here, and you don't need that. All right, we got a seared brick in there. Now we're gonna automate this with redstone, and we're gonna use a redstone clock from extra utilities too. It's really easy to make. It's just stone, redstone, and a redstone torch. And we got a hopper pointing into a chest, and we'll just slap this on here, and it's just gonna do its thing. That's pretty cool. Now the higher end tools are great. They use more materials to make them, and we're gonna need a different block. It's not too terrible, but we will need 4 blocks of any of these metals. Iron is one of them, and we got iron to beat the band right now. So we will go ahead and make the, well, that's electrical steel. I hope we can make this with iron. About to find out. Yes! And they're all the same. One's not better than the other. So you can see we got more tools here. One of them is the lumber axe, and this thing is great. This will allow us to chop down entire trees. Now you can see how much experience it takes to level it up, but you get a little bit of experience, I think, for each block you break. Now you do have to be careful with this thing. There are some trees that are so big that chopping them down will crash your world. The great wood is not one of them. Look at that go. I don't know if it's going to get every single block, but it's going to get a whole lot of them, and it's going to be a lot easier to deal with the rest of it. Something like this, it's just going to shred. Repairing the tools is really easy. You can see it's got 670 durability right now. So we throw, well, you can see that was too many. 1 would actually heal it back up all the way. This is also what you use to modify the tool. So let's say we wanted to make it more durable and faster. We'll see if they're what I remember here. I think this will give us 500 durability on the thing, and give it an obsidian mining level. So that's means we'd be able to mine obsidian with it. I think we're also going to do that to our pick. Yeah, we want that. Redstone will let us put haste on it. It uses 50 to get all the way up as high as it can go. And we got 2 modifiers right now, so we might as well use both of them on stuff we're going to need right away. And faster tools, stronger tools, that sounds pretty good. And before I forget, a cool thing about the Redstone Clock is that you can power it, and you see how it's not animated anymore? You give it a redstone signal. Well, now it's not going to give any redstone signals itself, so you can turn it on and off with the flick of a switch. We don't actually have anything in here to demonstrate with yet, because the nickel takes a long time to melt, but take my word for it. I'm kidding, you don't have to take my word for it. You can see it right here. There we go. Just flip the switch, and there it goes. Let's give the pick a try here. Oh yeah, that's much better than the iron pick we were using. So I made the world's ugliest animal pen over there while I'm waiting for some sugarcane to grow, and we're gonna need some crops. So I dug out just a little, basic 9x9 farm, and look at these guys. These are worms from actually additions. These will, on a 3x3 area of crops, add the occasional growth tick. It's not much, and you can't pick them up once you put them down, but you can get more just by, hoeing more dirt. They are pretty cool. I really like the animation. It's adorable, isn't it? Like, who would have ever thought a worm could be cute? It's a very cute worm. Well, I'm sure some worms are cute. We don't have all the vanilla crops, and I've done some exploring, looking for a village. And we haven't had any luck yet. But your inventory fills up real fast because there's all this stuff you see you want. I looked up backpacks before, and I did not notice the iron backpacks in and amongst all of the different forestry backpacks and the little Project Red ones. We'll get into these forestry backpacks soon enough. There's also railcraft that are really specific. They're cool. Not down on the railcraft backpacks, but they're not really what we want. What we want is this stuff. Now, we don't have one vanilla seed. So I don't want to kill any of the cows right close by for leather, but I also don't want to waste my time killing a bunch of cows far away from the base. So we're going to make a sword, and we're going to see if we can put an equivalent of looting on it. Well, that's a tough rock. That's the one we're going to use for the hammer. Okay. There we go. And let's see, where is everything? Do I have lapis? I don't even have lapis, folks. My understanding is I can put lapis on it in this version of Tinker's. But I don't have any lapis. Ah, vanilla seed at last. Ooh, chili pepper seeds. Fancy. Okay, I went out a little ways and got some leather. We're gonna need a couple of chests. That'll do. Okay, the basic backpack is just 4 leather, 4 wool, and a chest. And you get, 2 more rows of inventory space, which is no joke, honestly. Right now, we could upgrade it to iron. And this will give us 4 rows. Now, the next question I have, is there a baubles integration? Shield. Oh, offhand. Yeah, it doesn't go there. So I assume there's a keybind, right? Whoops, that's the sounds. Let's look for iron backpacks. And this is an artifact of the mod in older versions. Okay, so right now it's set to I. We're gonna make it 8 on the number pad. Yeah, you don't have that in modern versions of modded with your GUIs set up high like mine, because your eyes are bad. Okay, yeah, now with just a keystroke we can open it. That is really going to help us out when we're mining and exploring, gathering random stuff. Oh, hey, it's a peck. Hey, buddy. They don't like you. You give them gold. There's a kind of a bartering mechanic. Um, you can give them any old gold, like garbage armor you find lying around. They love it. They do have a special wand focus from Thaumcraft if you kill them, but, well, we'll let this one be. They can be a pain in caves. Hey, because they'll pick up whatever's lying around on the ground. If you kill them, though, they should at least, if memory serves, drop it. So something to keep in mind about the peck. Yeah, you can see him down there. He's just like, watch him grab the dirt. Oh, does he not want it? He probably only wants, maybe he's full. He was over by that great wood tree. Now they don't spawn everywhere. I think they just spawn in magical forests. Or at least that's the way it was in Thaumcraft 4. This is Thaumcraft 6, so it's a little bit different. You can see our axe is not doing the greatest job in the world with the great wood tree, but it didn't do a terrible job either. And, I think the new mechanic in later versions of Tinkers, where it does everything in a line kind of and seems to account for these branches that way, is probably better. But you got to admit, this is a hard tree to recognize, what exactly is connected to it and what isn't, so you can't really complain. Okay. We've got the hammer is the last thing I want to make. This takes 2 plates. And there's no binding, so we'll just make one of the plates out of paper. So that will give us a hit on durability. It's got a good amount of durability. We can, of course, improve it with a diamond, and we're going to. Now, bronze is not the best material, by far, but it's cheap and plentiful. And right now, I think that's what we're going to be using our copper and tin for until we start getting into stuff like thermal. Now, what it does, you haven't seen it before, mine's 3x3, which is, for early game mining, the Tinker's Hammer is fantastic. Let's turn light level on. That's so good. And I think that's where we're gonna, ooh. We got a little X-ray. And I can see, is that? Huh. I was gonna wrap up the episode, but now. Let's see. Let's go back into third person. We'll come forward, right? Okay, I think we might be better off in the other tunnel. And never let it be said that I won't take advantage of a glitch. Somewhere in here is rock crystal ore. There we go. Oh, wow, look at all this. So draconium dust. That's cool. We'll need that. And then rock crystal ore from astral sorcery. That's fantastic. Anyway, like we were saying, that's going to be it for this time. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.